Hey everyone, it's Krista here with Outgrowin', and yeah, so I've been really missing flowers. It has been such a gloomy kind of weird fall. It's been beautiful out, but it's like brown and dark and nothing is growing. So yesterday I treated myself. I was like, you know what? I treated myself last week. I had to go to Costco to grab a few supplies, and I grabbed just like a little bouquet, kind of like this. That was just like all filler kind of stuff and a few flowers, and I just had it in my house. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy myself flowers and make arrangements all throughout the winter because it's something that brings me so much joy. And I took a course on doing floral arrangements, and just a very basic beginner one. I was taking this horticulture certificate program kind of thing, and there was a flower arrangement course on there. So I thought, I'm going to grab some flowers and I'm just going to put together a cute little arrangement today. I'm just going to use a mason jar because I'm at the ranch. We don't have a lot of options. I'm just going to put some water in here. And I definitely have enough flowers to do a couple, so I will definitely do a couple of them. But what I got was a mix of carnations. Okay, so and I got these all at our Safeway. Safeway has a great selection. They have a little area and it's 3 for $21. You can buy these like bunches. I got baby's breath. This one was $4.99 just for the baby's breath. I'll leave that in there for now. I got filler, which actually wasn't a part of that. I didn't know till I got to the till, but I was like, I'm splurging. There were these other ones that I could have got with eucalyptus, which maybe I'll get next time, but I plan to do this all throughout the winter because it's just fun for me to do like every couple weeks or once a month or something. Just go buy some flowers and just try some different things. So yeah, so this filler was actually $11.99. Like, look at these stems. They are wonky. It's funny because we are always critical of what our stems look like in our bouquets, and then it's like, well, look at these ones. They sold me this whole bunch of stuff for $11, so whatever. Anyway. So just the same, and actually I had given my great auntie a bouquet of flowers, and when she was getting them all together, I didn't want to be like, you're not doing that right. But I thought this is a good kind of time to go over with you guys. If you want to buy yourself some flowers and do an arrangement at home, go for it. Costco is a good place to get bulk flowers. Here in Canada, Safeway is amazing. And I'm sure there's other places that you can go to. Even if you just buy a bunch of flowers and you want to arrange it yourself, there's some good little tips I'll give you guys here today in order to keep those looking amazing for as long as possible. So let's get to it, you guys. So what I have is carnations, some status that's really falling apart. Ooh. That's the thing too. When you buy stuff from the store, it's like never quite as amazing as when you cut it fresh from your garden. Good God. Some Alstroemeria, and I love the color of them. They're that kind of burgundy, rosy color. Of course, that's what I'm crushing on hard this year, is that rose colored everything. So then I have this greenery, which looks meh. I'm going to be so judgy. And then baby's breath. So those are what I've picked. So just the same as if I were to do it out of growing in, or picking what I've grown in my garden. I also want to clean off all the bottom, like stems that are not going to, like the stems that would be in the water, like this one here. You know, this, oh my gosh, this is going to be rough. You want to clean off all the leaves and, you know, the stems, and I'm going to just break these apart. I should grab my little nippers. You know, you want to make sure the stems are clean, and you don't want, they're terrible, but. So just the same, you want to clean them up a bit. Sadly, I was hoping for some long stems of these, but one already broke. I got one. So yeah, any of the leaves and greenery on the lower branches that might be near water, you definitely want to clean those up. Okay, so I did one up quickly here, and it's just, you know, lots of greenery, a little bit of everything in there. And it's just kind of like whimsical, but beautiful, but kind of feels like fall. I just kind of place them in there, but I'm going to, I just did that one, so I'm going to do one with you guys. I just wanted a little practice round. So now I'm going to do one with you guys quickly so we can chat about making your own arrangement. And I'm no professional. Again, that's my disclaimer. I've only taken one course and I've just been arranging hand-tied bouquets and a few for some weddings. Okay, so here's my jar. I used a wide mouth mason jar for the first one. This one I'm going to use a regular size mason jar mouth. This will give me a little bit more control. I also have, it's just packed away, but I also have, it's like florist tape that you can tape kind of like a checkerboard on the top of your opening so that it holds the stems in place. But I am not going to dig it out. It's just whatever. I don't need to do that. Anyways, so when you're making your own arrangement at home, you want to also cut the stems. You always want to do that because in the bottom of the stem is bacteria can grow in there, and that's what causes your flowers to die so quickly. So you want to snip it. On some of these woodier ones, I like to cut up quite a bit of it so you can see. So it helps to uptake water a bit better. So on those big, thick, woody stems, I'm going to fill this up with more water in that one too, but I'll do it once I'm done. Anyways, so this one's actually a bit tall still. We'll go a bit shorter. And you can measure however you like to measure them. Like if you want it really tall, like just totally depends on what you're doing. But yeah, so bacteria grows in the bottom of the stems. And that's why when I tell people when they get their bouquets, I'm like, make sure you give it a fresh snip every couple days and then put in fresh water because that's where the bacteria grows. And then that's what causes your flowers to die faster. And then the other thing too is any greenery, you don't want there to be any greenery below the surface of the water. That also creates bacteria, and then that's also what causes your plants to die prematurely or your flowers to die prematurely. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually putting in the greenery first as kind of the base. Snipping up the stem of that because you want to be able to split it so it uptakes water better. That was... actually, I like that one a little bit long. These are kind of rough looking. I'm going to put another one in that one. That's kind of funny, but whatever. Like this one, okay, looks a little interesting, but we're going to roll with it because who cares? So yeah, I'm cutting up this one as well to open up a little bit more space for the water uptake. And then making sure all the greenery is not going to be in the water. That one's pretty wild, but that's okay. So yeah, so this base is going to have lots of different greenery, and I like that look. I like a lot of that kind of more organic look, whatever. This kind of is kind of misplaced in here. Maybe I'll put it in the other one. Who knows? This kind of looks weird in there. Cutting that bend off. Okay. Maybe this one doesn't have much place in there either. The nice thing about floral arranging is that you just like roll with it as you go. I mean, I'm sure some people have master plans when they get into it, but not me. I'm just like, let's feel it out and see how it goes. So yeah, again, as I was saying, if you buy a bouquet at the store, you don't just need to plunk it right in the water just as you get it. Like you can get creative with it and make it look exactly how you want it to look. And so yeah, there's going to be my base. Then next up, I'm going to put in actually this Alstroemeria. And so again, I'm taking off all those extra leaves and leaving the top. I like how that looks kind of wild up there. And I love that there's greenery because it just adds so much more fullness into the bouquet. But you're taking all those leaves off. And any ones that don't look perfect, take those ones off too. You know, if they're bent out of shape or they're, you know, they have holes in them, take those off too. You don't need them. And then that's just... energy's going into that, which you don't need it to. This one's kind of feeble looking, but whatever. Take off this one flower. Looks terrible. I have actually extra. Okay, cool. And I'm just going to keep doing that, taking off all those extra leaves. and then you can always get them in and then play around with them. So even if you don't have the tape to make kind of the checkerboard or whatever to place them in, you can also place them in the water, and then their stems are going to also create that kind of little kind of web that you can use to help support your plants as you're putting them in there as well. So you just got to work with what you got and have fun with it. But yeah, I'm super happy to have these flowers. I don't know how I'm going to make it through the whole winter other than doing this, buying myself flowers. These were not the cheapest, I'm going to say, but I kind of got to the till and realized that the one thing at Greenery was not part of the 3 for 21 bucks. Note to self for next time. This one was a bit of a splurge because I was feeling like I needed it. And you don't need to split the bottoms of all the flowers. You don't need to do that at all. Sometimes I just, depending, you can cut them on an angle too. That helps with water uptake. And then, yeah, changing your water is a huge one too. That helps to keep your flowers looking really good as well. So do change up your water, take out your flowers, snip the ends when you change them, and you don't have to snip a lot. I'm talking like just a little bit off the bottom. And that's going to prolong the life immensely. See? So here's my carnations. I love carnations because I love the longevity of them. They last a long time. Not everybody's favorite flower. And if you asked me a long time ago if I liked them, I probably said, nah, not my favorite. But I do enjoy them now. I always change my favorite flowers. I'm going to do a video coming up here on the worst and the best flowers of 2024. Now I got my status. I'm plunking that in there, you guys. Yeah, my video will be coming out here soon. I gotta record it yet, but with every year, I think my love for certain flowers changes. Like a couple years ago, I was really into the gladiolas. And this year, I hated them, partially because they got a bunch of bugs in them. And then partially because they're too, I don't know how to explain it. They're just too, these short little baby's breaths, I'm just going to put them at the bottom. Because why waste flowers if you don't have to? They were just they're just too big and clunky, and they're just almost like, I would say they're almost too perfect for my bouquets, you know, and that's a reality. Oh. They almost just look too good. So I'm not going to grow them, but I'll have a whole list coming up, you guys. So that's going to be an entire video on its own. But carnations are back in, and I tried to grow some this year, but I need to start them earlier, and it was a mess. But doesn't matter. I will be growing them next year. Oopsie daisy. So I'm going to put that big baby's breath down the middle. It kind of looks wild, but kind of exciting. So yeah, so then I just basically went in with my greenery, and then I started to fill it up with flowers. And I mean, I focus mostly on the one side, but you know, I have flowers kind of on all sides, so it does still look good. But like, I'm going to put that somewhere just like so. And that, yeah, I love that actually. That makes me happy. Do I want another red one? I think I'm going to put this purpley one in there. One last carnation. So yeah, take off all the excess leaves. Pop it in there. And yeah, different lengths, different heights, different textures makes for a very kind of aesthetically pleasing little arrangement. So there's that arrangement, you guys. That one's all done. Ta-da! I'll set that in. I want to add more flour or more water and This one I'm just going to spruce it up a teeny bit more with what's left because I've got a few things. I don't want to waste anything. These are precious, precious flowers. So I'm just shoving this in here. This fern doesn't look super great, but I'm just going to hope that it just perks up. It may not. And I might be taking it out in a day, but that's okay. Okay, let's have this one come up a little higher in the center. That'll be fun. Yeah, so hopefully my plan is to kind of do this once a month where I buy some flowers and then we can make a arrangement together. So that's my goal. I always have very optimistic plans and then things go sideways on me. But the plan for now is to do that. Say once a month. I may need flowers more regularly, like just in my soul. So it may happen more frequently, but that will help us get through part of the winter blues. Oh, shoot. Like that. Let's put that one there. There's a little settings in the back too. Then we have this status. And I love that deep purple status. It is one of my favorites. It just adds like such a pop of color to your arrangements. It is amazing. And status never changes. It is so awesome. I have stuff that's, oh shoot. I have stuff outside that froze and heck, it still looks good. The part that doesn't look good is the green parts. I might have screwed this one up. Oh well, we'll jam it in there. Why not? This one I wanted to have higher, but it's just causing a lot of grief. So we're just gonna snip her down. We'll just pop her in there. Okay, you guys. Oh, this one is gonna be the death of me too. It just doesn't look that good, but I want it to perk up. It might. Okay. There we go. There's my two little arrangements that I have made. Ooh, this one's really good. It's pretty crazy, all of them. But anyways, you can always play around with the flowers more or less or whatever, but that's going to do it for me, you guys. I'm going to get a little flower food. Oh, no. Oh, shoot. You know that you always have a lot of flowers when the flower food is kept in your kitchen drawer. So we'll sprinkle half of the packet in each one. You can do the whole one, but you can do half and half. You don't need a full package. And then that way, if you have flower food, you can put a little bit in. And then in a couple days, add a little bit more. And then I'm going to fill these up with with water. Making sure all those stems have water. I kind of half wish I would have gotten some more yellow flowers. I had my hands on this big bunch of yellow chrysanthemums. I was like, oh man, they look good. But they were starting to brown on the leaves already, but they probably had other ones there I could have found. They would have added really nice punchy pop into these. So that's it, you guys. Those are my two arrangements. I'll be taking those back home with me because I'm not going to be here till next weekend. Maybe the weekend after. I got some things I want to take care of at home. So these aren't going to be wasted here. I'm going to be taking them home. But that's going to do it for me, you guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll check you guys next time when we build another bunch of bouquets or whatever. And if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I will be having, there's lots of ideas for content for over the course of the winter, even though I won't be planting any garden stuff. But we'll be planning and getting ready and talking all about that good stuff. And then we will occasionally be making these beautiful bouquets. So I'll check you guys next time. Thanks for watching.